I want amazing things, like, because I have big eyes. I wanna change the world. I
Yeah.
recognize that impulse within me.
Mhm.
I also recognize that a part of it's ego,
Mhm.
and separating those two things is really difficult to do. How hard is it to have God dwelling in you and separate your own desires from his? When we're trying to build holistic lives around Christ and his gospel, where do you separate the line between God's desires and intentions and your own? It's not a line, it's more like a marsh. It's like a marshy border. It's like it cuts in and out and back and forth and around, and it's not a hard
Mhm.
line. and
Mhm.
and and I think that the intention that God has in that marshy border between his will and ours as we grow in him is that he wants to walk with us throughout that process. He wants it to be a conversation. He wants it to be an interaction between him and us to explore and understand
Mhm.
his will in relation to ours and vice versa. But I want to be I want the way one of the biggest ways that I try to put a check on my ego is to say, well, what am I doing today? Like, what are the things that are meaningful that I'm doing from day to day? What am I building my life out of? Like, maybe there's a big splash down the road. Maybe I'm going to be a martyr. Maybe I'm going to be a bishop. Maybe I'm going to do this. Maybe I'm going to do that. But what am I? If there's any hope of getting to those places, to those big places, it's got to be built out of 1,000 small places. It's got to be built out of doing things every day
Yeah.
that are meaningful to the kingdom of God. And am I content with worship? Am I content with
Mhm.
just being full of God
Mhm.
in my daily life? Am I content being with him? Am I
Wow.
content with loving my neighbor when he's a jerk? Am I content with
Yeah.
suppressing my own
Yeah.
frustrations with my friends and my wife and my
Mhm.
children? Am I content with taking the lower spot in my brotherhood? Like, those aren't small
Yeah.
things, even though
Yeah.
they're not observable. And I
Yeah.
think getting our eyes off of the big splash and building those disciplines, learning that non-resistance is not primarily about who I kill or don't kill.
Mhm.
It's about how much can I control my own emotions in a high stakes emotional environment with my wife or my children, or in a
Yeah.
conflict with a
Yeah.
neighbor or a friend or a brother. That's where you build
Yeah.
that's where you build the muscles to know what to do when they come knocking down your door.
When I look into the face of my enemy, I see my